Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to here at Compilation, Japan. Check it out. Absolutely gorgeous. It has been snowing, and for reference, right now is February 7th or 8th or something like that. It has been snowing quite a bit for us. It's just gorgeous. Look at this. What I'm going to do is go ahead and clean up a little bit here before some friends come over, and usually our neighbor, she walks up and down this little path, so I want to get that cleaned up. But here shortly it should melt, so it's no big deal. But what I wanted to do while I'm huffing and puffing is go ahead and talk about something that was on the news here lately, and it kind of got me thinking. And part of my channel is to share with you the good, the bad, the ugly, and lessons learned. For reference, I'm 53 years old, so I've been around for a couple days now. I think I've learned a couple things, and what I wanted to do was share as a retired U.S. Army person now living in Japan. So what does that have to do with living in the countryside, renovated in Akiya? Well, I think a whole lot. To give you some of my background, I joined the U.S. Army when I was 18 years old. Joined as an E1. If you know anything about the military, that's the lowest grade possible. 22 years later, retired as a Chief Warrant Officer 4. So I did move up in the ranks a bit, considering that, when I joined, I had barely some high school education. The U.S. Army recruiting, it has been the highest in multiple years. Whether it's the economy, whether it's people feeling more motivated to join, I really don't know. But what I'd like to do is share my experience so that fathers, grandfathers, uncles, friends of those young recruits, you can pass on some of this knowledge to them. Looking at the analytics of my channel, most of them are people my age, because you're probably considering some sort of lifestyle like this. I do get a lot of comments from people that's like, wow, I wish I could do that. Unfortunately, I can't due to financial reasons or age, health, or whatever the case may be. And so what I would like to do is just share my experience and see how that can help you educate them, like I said, and try to set them in the right direction. Let me go ahead and give you the elevator pitch of my career. Again, spent 22 years in the Army, retired. Immediately after that, I became a government employee. A lot of us, I'm no longer a government employee, but a lot of government employees are in the news right now quite a bit. Did that for 11 years and then became a contractor here living in the countryside of Japan. What does that have to do? Well, the fact that I joined the military so young and stuck it out for 22 years, that has set myself up, my wife up for, I'll say for a good lifestyle. And what I want to do is share with you briefly some of the many mistakes that we made, some of the good things, and what you can pass on to your son, daughter, nephew, niece, whatever the case may be. So for someone joining the military at that age, quite frankly, you just don't know what you want to do in life. I spent my first 10 years trying to figure out what I want to do, what I want to pursue it as a career, but I ended up staying for 22 years. And then, as I said, I followed that path. What I did not know at the time is the great benefits that you will gain due to sticking it out in the military. One of them is just the financial stability. What I would love for you to do, if you can, pass it on or refer them to my channel. Ask me questions. I am not a financial advisor. As I said, I joined the military with negative $20 that my sister-in-law lent to me. And so we really did not have much. But due to some good financial decisions, many mistakes as well, we're doing pretty good. We're living a pretty good life here in the countryside of Japan. And like I said, I am 53 years old, and quite frankly, early retirement is on my mind every single day. And the reason why it's in my mind is because it is possible, and it is possible due to all of this. So what I would like to do is go ahead and advise to these young recruits is from the very beginning, invest into your TSP. The TSP is a thrift savings plan. That is something that we did not have at the time. Our retirement was different. The retirement has changed, but they do have the thrift savings plan, and there are different funds like the C fund, G fund, and so on. But the C fund pretty much mirrors the S&P 500, if you're familiar with the S&P 500. And it has had, let's say, an average rate of return, let's say 10%, 12%. So if that young recruit were to save $100 a month for 20 years, now keep in mind you join at 18, retire at 38. For 20 years, that would be around, let's see, what was it, $76,000. And let's be honest, I think most of us have $100. And if you tell me that you don't have $100 to save, you're probably not being honest with yourself, because how many of us have all those kind of subscriptions and everything that we could probably get rid of? So definitely encourage them to save into their thrift savings plan and stick it out for, let's stick to 20 years, that you're only going to serve for 20 years, retire 38. The next thing is going to be that most likely you will have the GI Bill. Even if you have never served in the military, you have probably heard about the GI Bill, which basically will cover your education in a state university, and also pay you a stipend for books and housing and whatnot. And then the beauty about that is, if you don't use it, you could pass it on to your dependents, your wife and your children, because while you're active duty, you can also take advantage of the tuition assistance. That is what I did. By the time I retired, I had a bachelor's degree, all paid for with the tuition assistance. And then I passed on my GI Bill to my daughter, and she was able to go on to college and graduate debt-free. So that's another great benefit that we have. The other one, you will have TRICARE for life. So meaning that you will have medical benefits for life, you and your wife and your children, until they are no longer eligible due to age. You do pay a little bit. I think for me it's like $50 a month for my wife and I. I really do feel bad kind of talking about this, because a lot of people out there, comment below, how much do you pay for medical insurance? $1,200, $1,500, $2,000 a month? That's absurd. You have that at 38. I always try to convince my wife that I need to retire early. And she always tells me, a lot of people tell you, it's like, oh, you're way too young. Yeah, absolutely, sure. But the reason why most people, we have this number of 65 stuck in our mind, is because one is Medicare. Folks, correct me if I'm wrong. You have to wait till 65 to use Medicare. If not, then you're paying out of pocket or through your company or whatever the case may be. The other one is Social Security. So guess what? At 38, your young recruit not only is going to have that amount of money, and hopefully a whole lot more, because let's be honest, $100 a month is really not a whole lot. I mean, I don't want to sound kind of condescending, but for most people, it's not a whole lot. For a lot of people, probably it is a whole lot of money. If you're active duty, you will have $100 a month to save. You know, you're going to retire at 38 with medical for the rest of your life, a pension for the rest of your life, and so on. So can you retire early and live this lifestyle? 100%. And if we would have done things differently, we definitely did a whole lot of dumb, stupid mistakes, to be honest. Yes, we went into debt. As soon as I qualified for a credit card, we got a credit card and we bought stupid curtains that we did not need. We bought all kinds of stuff. And I spent years digging myself out of that. And I really did not get serious about investing into Roth IRAs and mutual funds and so on until I was maybe early 30s. So please encourage them to stick with it, because the benefits are so great. And you could retire abroad. You can retire within the United States. You can get an RV and travel around the world. So what I'd like to do is just go ahead and share some of these few words, and hopefully you can pass it on to them, because probably, I'm not saying this too late for you, probably is, let's be honest. You probably, if you're a subscriber again, that the age group of 40, 45 tuning in because you're interested in this, yeah, you're a little too old, I'm sorry to tell you that. Looks like someone has already been down here and I'm too late. Oh, look at the cats, but also I think the lady's been shuffling down here and I feel bad now. So let me go ahead and quit yapping away and clean up a little bit. That's what I was trying to avoid, because she comes out here every morning and she just walks regardless. So I need to get to that. Let's go ahead and find my stuff here. Whew. Where are my gloves? All right, folks, so let me go ahead and clean up here a little bit. Again, I just wanted to pass on a few, I don't know, words of wisdom, or because I've made quite a few mistakes, but we also did a lot of good decisions as well. So if you are feeling, I don't know, disappointed, proud, or whatever the case may be, because your child, your grandson, whatever, joined the military, please don't be. There are many, many, many benefits to it. And if you encourage them to do the right thing, be wise, they will have a great life. So, all right, folks, if you agree or disagree or have something to say, please send it my way. You can tell by the tracks, the footprints. You see the little shuffles? Yes, that's it. She must be 90 years old and she just shuffles up here. What she does, she volunteers at the crosswalk at the school. And well, today's the weekend, but still, she goes over there. At least this melted, that's good. But she comes from up over here, this side. And she comes, they live, oh my gosh, see the little tiny footprints. They live over there in that house over there in the back. But God bless them. The Japanese people, especially older people, they're just dedicated to survive, to live, to be healthy. They do all kinds of different stuff, and yeah, she goes out there, she volunteers, she has her little bright jacket with a little pole, and she goes out there and volunteer to help the kids cross. All right, let's go ahead and keep on cleaning this right here. Yeah, living in the countryside also, good exercise. It's always something to do. Unfortunately, I did not anticipate this much snow, and I did not buy salt. Now I feel bad, but this last year I bought salt and I never used it, and it became a rock. So, but the sun is out. Ooh, look at that. Look at the colors of the cloud. Wow, that's interesting. Or is that just my glasses? No, I think that's the sun. But it just went to waste, and now I think I need it. But I think hopefully this is the last storm. Ooh, so if you saw the previous video, I talked about doing some work right here. Pretty much created some terraces and removing some trees and flattening and all kinds of stuff. And I got a little sticker shock, tell you the truth. Ooh, I can't remember exactly because I just kind of glanced at it and kind of had a little heart attack. But ooh, I mean, it's quite a bit of work, and I get it. But God, I think it was around 15,000 US dollars, maybe a little more. So like my first initial reaction is like, ooh, ouch, no, maybe next year. I know, right now I'm just kind of trying to get past that sticker shock and build up the courage to do it. Now it's tax season, so I need to make sure that I'm good to go there, and then we'll figure that part out. But one of it was, hey, you level out all this and all the way up there. I already discussed this before. Part of, talking about retirement and growing old, and kind of tie this into that is, so yes, right now I still work. So, we have a little bit more disposable income than when the day comes to retire. And when the day comes to retire is what I'm worried about, is taking care of this, and the older age and whatnot is harder. So I'm just gonna have to get over it and probably pay the money or something and just get it done, because this requires machinery. Saying I want to create kind of like a terrace system right here and do something with this hill. Someone suggested goats. I don't. A lot of people have suggested goats, actually, to tell you the truth. I grew up with goats, and yeah, I'm going to spend more time chasing the goats, trying to keep them out of my neighbors' gardens and rice fields. I'm just going to get myself in trouble. So no, not doing that. Next weekend, we're going to go on a trip here in our van. Hopefully it warms up a little. We're gonna go down to Kyushu in the Beppu area. So stay tuned for that. If you're interested in not just life in Japan, but also traveling in Japan with a camper van. Oh look, very soon we're going to have blossoms. Well, this here's a plum tree. It's really beautiful. So the plums will start blooming first, and then after that be the cherry trees. Really, really pretty. In the next 30 days or so. One of the things I need to do, hopefully tomorrow, is start pruning some of these trees. Then I need to keep on working on my Japanese garden here too, before the weeds start growing like crazy. But this is it, folks. This is life in the countryside. If you're interested in that, I tried to cover the reality. I'm not running around shirtless, plus you don't want to see that. Or trying to do anything fancy or creative. So if that's what you're looking for, this is not your place. If you want just basic life, this is us. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. Hope you enjoy. Please comment below, like and share if you would like some more of this content. If you'd like for me to cover something different, please comment below and let me know. All right, have a great day. Bye. Ah, that feels good. Ooh, it's a little cold outside. Oh, yeah.